welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do something that I haven't done before, but I saw another YouTuber do it, and I think it's a great way to get an idea of how eyeshadows actually perform live swatches. So we're going to be live swatching the Kylie Cosmetics Holiday Palette. This idea is not like my idea. I literally saw ThatGirlShaeXO, and I'm going to link her channel down below, do this with a couple of different palettes. So the reason that I chose to do this particular palette on live swatches is because there's been quite a bit of controversy with Kylie Cosmetics. When it first came out, a lot of YouTubers that were bigger were very hard on at least the lipstick line. And then when we got into the very first palette, there was like some him-hawing. Like I'd watch videos and these big YouTubers were like, oh, it's okay, you can make it work, yada yada. Then the bronze palette came out and all the big ones loved it. I haven't watched a lot of reviews on it. And honestly, this is the very first purchase that I have done from Kylie Cosmetics. So you're gonna be jumping in and live swatching with me today. I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of things. There's a lot of demos out, a lot of makeup looks, there's arm swatches, but I haven't seen anybody do the eye swatches. So I thought it would be fun. We'll just give it a try, and then you can decide if it's something that you think is good or if you'd rather pass. Right now, this is one item that is still on the website. It's $42. On Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I believe it was on sale. She's also doing a pop-up shop in Topanga where this will be available, and like I said, it's still available on her site right now. So I'm just going to put on some Urban Decay primer potion, and we're going to swatch each color on a lid. It's gonna look a little funny, but I'm telling you, I was so inspired by ThatGirlShaeXO's. She does this with a couple palettes, and then you go, oh, that's what it looks like on your eyeballs, because I can roll my finger around in a pan and swatch it on my hand, and you're like, ah, the pigmentation's amazing. And then you use a brush and you're like, eh. So if you want to see how I do some live swatches on my eyelids with this Kylie palette, just keep watching. I'm hoping that this is close enough that you can see the shadows without judging my face. And it's really awkward to see somebody's eyeball with virtually no eyelashes. So we're here for the swatches though, right people? So the first shade that we're going to be looking at, it's kind of funny, on the palette it says like sugar cookie here, but it's not directly in front. You got to flip it. The very first shade of the palette is called Sugar Cookie. So I'll give you a little finger swatch so you can see on the tip of my finger. Let's use a Sonia Kashuk flat shader brush. This is the 07 brush, like this. And this would be a good all over color for me, so that's blending it in, and we'll dip in again. So that's Sugar Cookie on my lid. I think just to get a better idea, we'll take this Morphe M433 and we'll put it in our crease. So this on the lid is Sugar Cookie. According to all these other people I've seen, they love this shade. This is Frosty. Finger swatch of Frosty. So this is the shade Frosty. The next shade in the palette is Chestnut. That is this shade right here, Chestnut. It's a transition-y kind of shade. Dip it. I like this shade. I think it's a pretty color. No problems with that one. And this one is Mittens, and it is a shiny kind of metallic color. Not as metallic in sheen as the silver one. Just kind of tapped it in. Definitely need to kick off your brush so that way there's a little bit of kick up in when you dip your brush in. This one's a little bit patchy. And as you blend, you start to lose some of the opacity. So let's take a blending brush and just see how it blends on the edges. I'm going to go back to the original Morphe M167 and see if that one transfers the product a little bit better on the lid. That one is Mittens, right here. Okay, so moving on to the next shade right here is called Winter. And Winter in the pan looks like a metallic-y kind of sheen. Your swatch of Winter. When you first dip your finger in it, it looks like it's definitely going to be one that needs to be built up. There's children laughing in the background. At least you know they're not crying. It's going to be one that needs to be built up. A naked brush and just blend out the edges. So I definitely noticed with this one, as you blend, you completely lose the pigmentation. So if I was going to use this one, I would use it only primarily for my lids and just pack the color on. So I would just go back in with the shader and really pack it. And then I might think about using a wet brush as well for this shade, and that one again is Winter. And Nutcracker is this dark shimmery plum. And there's Nutcracker. It's actually more of an aubergine kind of color. It's like a matte sheen. So I guess it would be considered a satin, not metallic, a satin color. And because this is a smaller brush, you know, it's gonna take a little bit more to get on. Now with a clean blending brush, let's just see how well it does under the blend. I think that this color actually blends out better than the blue shade. What do you think? On the lid. So now moving on to the next shade right here, Gingerbread. Gingerbread. It's got a bronze, like on camera it picks out golden, but it's very bronze. This is actually a really nice all over the lid color. You could take the two matte transition colors that are at the top and just do something really simple and then pop this on the lid, and it actually applied really easy, really nicely. It's a good one. I like it. Okay, so let's pop into another matte. Right here is called Evergreen. This one doesn't really translate on the eye as very green. I didn't even show you a swatch, forgive me. My head is all over the place today. So if you really swirl your finger in it, it does pick up green, like a dark green, but on the lid, it kind of pops more, what would the word be? Pops a different color. You could really do a smoky eye with just this color using like the Rebel Eye technique. Take a clean blending brush and see how it blends up. The last shade in the palette right here is Silent Night. And that is like a true aubergine color, very deep, plummy brown. It's very nice. Let's see how it actually performs. A clean brush and blend it out. Let's just add a little bit more to the brush and see how that does in the crease. Ooh, I really like this color. It's pretty. Those are the swatches, and I think that I'll just do a really quick look. I'll just take two of the mattes, pop them on the lid, and do a quick color on the center and see how it all translates so you can actually see how a whole look performs. Let me wipe this off and I'll be right back. To jump right into just a quick demo, let's take Sugar Cookie in the crease. Deepen that up a bit without going into like a serious cut crease, so I just dipped the sugar cookie in with chestnut. Now I'm going to take a more defined creaser brush and pick up more of that chestnut. And let's define the outer part. You know what, now we're going to deepen it up, and I'm going to take the darker aubergine shade in Silent Night, barely dipping, like dabbing it in. And I'm just going to hit this outer part. On some gingerbread. That is this pretty cool goldeny looking color, the goldy bronze one. Bigger, fluffier brush, and just kind of clean that up with the original sugar cookie. Try to kind of blend everything out. Put on some mascara and, you know, call it a day. Lower lashes. Ta-da! That is my little eye swatches quick demo of the Kylie Holiday Palette. But this was not meant to be a review. This is just to show you, because it is still available. I find that so many YouTubers show these products that we can't get our hands on, and you're like, wow, it's great, I'm glad you have it. But this is still available. I'm enjoying the shadows that I did work with. I can't give you like a full-blown review until I have played a little bit more. So thank you so much for watching my live swatches. And again, I give full credit of this idea to ThatGirlShaeXO, and I will link her in the down bar below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please leave me any comments down below on things you'd like to see, whether it be tutorials, if you like this kind of video. You know, my comment section is so we can talk together, and of course I can bring you content that you actually want to see. Again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. You too. Get the saliva off my teeth. So far, I am... Bronze. It's called gingerbread. I gotta go to baseball now. No, my kid's not even in baseball. It's football practice now. Football practice, dance class, and we've got to go talk about how we want the rhinestones decorated on the costume. I don't want to talk about that. Anybody else kind of depressed around Christmas time? Like, I love this time. I just wish I had a lot of money. Then I'd really love it. You know what I mean? Have Vanessa Timbriza Confessionals. Let's start that channel.